Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Kerrville Weekly News Roundup. We are your co-host, Andrew Gay and Tom Fox, co-founders of the Texas Hill Country Podcast Network. Happy to be here. We're going to run down our top picks for news this week. So, Tom, hello. Thank you for joining us. And what do you got for us this week?
So a couple of different things. One, I want to start with a huge economic announcement for the city of Kerrville. The Monterrey, Mexico-based international company Megaacrete announced they're opening a manufacturing facility in Kerrville. Initial hiring of up to 50 people. They make a special purpose concrete-like material that's actually better than concrete, and they ship it all over the world. So this is pretty exciting news, something that Judy Eichner, the city council, the Kerrville Economic Council have all been working very hard to land this big new employer. They're going to be out by the airport. So really looking forward to this. It's a very big announcement for the city of Kerrville to help guarantee our town's economic future of bringing in new development. The second is really a shout out to the local Elks Club because they made a donation to the Special Opportunity Center. And if you don't know what that Special Opportunity Center is, it helps special needs adults. And we often talk about, and I think we have talked about special needs kids on this podcast, and something that many of us think about, know about. We have known them from school or other arenas. But those kids turn into adults and they are still special needs. So I really wanted to shout out to the local Elks for making a donation to the Special Opportunity Center and the work the Special Opportunity Center does for special needs adults. How about what do you got for us that piqued your interest this past week, Andrew?
Yeah, thanks, Tom. I think most of mine revolves around the wonderful topic of politics, and I'm not going to get in the weeds. I just wanted to announce that I can feel it here that our local political scene is really heating up. We've got some great candidates that are sticking their neck out there, being willing to run for public service. I think you and I would both agree that that is not an easy job. You automatically step into the shoes of getting criticism from all angles when you do something like that. But nevertheless, that is obviously heating up here at a local level. But to take that a little bit of a different direction, I just want to send out a reminder to everybody. There was a couple articles I saw here locally in the paper and around town and whatnot about making sure that you're registered for the primary. So there's the primary vote is going to take place on March 5th, but you need to be registered by this coming Monday, February 5th, to be eligible to vote in the primaries. So that was one. The other one is interesting to me because I think that something that a lot of, especially like seniors, and we have plenty of people that are in this local area that would be considered in the senior category demographic, and one of the common struggles that they all have is finding what a lot of us that aren't necessarily in that demographic kind of take for granted and don't think that how that could be a struggle when we are part of that demographic, namely like taxes, like doing your taxes. And if you don't have connections, if you don't have the resources available to try to do your own tax prep, it can be very confusing and overwhelming, especially for, I think, the senior demographic. So the Dietert Center here in Kerrville, wonderful establishment. They offer a multitude of different services and resources there specifically for seniors, but they have partnered once again with AARP to offer tax prep services for seniors at their facility. And I looked a little bit for the date, and I didn't see anything that announced anything about like the timeline over when they were going to be doing this. So maybe I'll have to pick that back up next week and give a little more detail on that. But I thought that was worth a mention. So that's really it that I got from my end, Tom. What about this weekend? You got your sights set on anything exciting this weekend?
So this weekend, Andrew, I'm going to attend the Boots and Bling gala event of the Kerrville Rotary Club. It's our annual fundraiser. It's going to be a lot of fun. I made a donation of several sports memorabilia items for the auction, so I hope those will draw some attention and raise some money. On a bittersweet note, I have to announce the following. just saw come across the what we used to call the transom, but now I guess we call it Twitter. Carl Weathers died. Apollo Creed, and yeah. Oh, of all the people,
for me,
it was a big movie for all of us.
Yeah.
And Apollo Creed is one of the signature characters in American film. Obviously, Rocky. He came out of the Rocky films and became best buds with Rocky. But his series continued on, and the series of now his son moving into the ring as well. So Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers passes away. I'm sure he's taken a few laps around the ring in the great above, Andrew. But I loved Carl Weathers. I loved Apollo Creed.
Yeah, same here. That's sad. Awesome. I think and for myself, I don't know. We don't have anything planned this weekend. I'm really looking forward to that. I actually think that we're going to do a family outing where if the weather holds up, cross our fingers that that's going to be nice. But we might dip over to Gillespie County and Fredericksburg and go eat some German food. So that's always a fun time. So if we can find time to do that, so that will do it for us today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there, and thank you for tuning in. But don't forget, please share our content. Helps other people find the show. We will catch you back here next week. See ya.
This is Tom Vox again. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Kerrville Weekly News Roundup. If you've enjoyed our episode, I hope you'll subscribe, rate, and review wherever great podcasts are listened to. The Kerrville Weekly News Roundup is a production of the Texas Hill Country Podcast Network.